Alright, what's going on, guys? Afflicted Gamer here, back with another Division video. So, classified FireCrest is here. Got it during the last global event. These were the best pieces I got. This is how I have my build set up. I know a lot of people don't like to watch build videos without some gameplay in them, so here is me soloing just the little first part of Heroic Dragon's Nest. That way it gives you a little taste of what the build can do in action. Afterwards, I will go into a full breakdown of the gear set, the way that I have it modded, including my weapons, my weapon choices, all of the reasons why, to basically everything as to why I made this build the way that I did. Things will be subject to change as I do get some better pieces of the classified gear, but for now, I'm quite happy with this, and I hope that you guys enjoy the video. Leave your thoughts and comments down below, and I will see you guys in just a few moments. Okay, so now that you've seen what the build can do at only 8,000 electronics, let me go ahead and give you a full breakdown. I know a lot of people are going to say again, why not 10,000 electronics? Why not 10,000? Well, to be completely honest, I don't like to be a squishy player, and I do like to run solo quite a bit, to be honest. This way, I know I can keep myself alive, and I still have more than enough skill power to do enough damage with that turret, and the way that I have a few other things set up, it will keep it going. The build is again subject to change because these were the best classified pieces that I got, so I had to make do. Now, in choice of weaponry, the Urban MDR is by far the best choice because of its exotic talent Distracted. Your damage is increased by 18% against targets with a status effect. Fire is a status effect, so that extra 18% is fantastic. It's kind of like having Savage Gloves on in a way, in the olden days. As for my backup, I've got an AV MP5N, which none of this is min-maxed yet. This actually I was quite happy with. In case I get rushed, I've got Deadly, Determined, and Responsive on it. Responsive being in the free slot was just a bonus. But Determined, killing a target, reduces all skill cooldowns by 7.5%, is very nice. And then Deadly, where my crit hit damage is increased by 15%. So if I get rushed, I'm good to go, and I will min-max this so my crit chance is higher on the Navy MP5N. For the MDR though, Deadly and Destructive are on it. I know some people are going to say, why not Competent or a few other talents? This was the best one I had to meet 3,832 firearms to unlock the talents that I wanted. In terms of the way that they are modded, basically identical mag size, crit damage, and rate of fire on the extended mag. C79 scope with crit damage, crit chance, and headshot damage. The Omega rifle suppressor, headshot damage, crit chance, and crit damage. And the small grip, crit damage, reload speed, and accuracy. Now, let's get into the gear. Like I said, this was the best stuff that I got. My vest is rolled to electronics at almost a max. Electronics roll 1400, the max is 1401. I've got skill haste, health, and ammo capacity in the minor, exactly how I would want it. And then the prototype stamina mod has stamina and health, stamina and skill power. If I get other ones that have skill power, I will probably swap out the health just to bump my skill power up that much further. The mask, oh man, I did not get very good masks. So 1400 electronics, over 9000 skill power, and the blind death resistance, that should be damage to elites. So if you have that option, go with that. In terms of the mod, 253 stamina with over 3000 health. The knee pads, 1401 max roll of electronics, major attribute, skill power, and in the minor, that increased kill XP, I wish that was damage to elites, but I'm lucky I even got the knee pads, so I really can't complain. Now, in terms of the mods, again, I've got stamina and health and plus 4% turret damage for the prototype performance mod. These are key. The plus 4%, that's a max roll for turret damage prototype performance mods. Throw these on your build. They make a difference, I promise. At least 2 out of the 4 slots, because there are a few other options. If you're running the support station, you could have some healing speed if you really wanted to, or like myself, I actually threw on some turret duration. If you put your turret in a pretty well, I would not say really hidden spot, but a decent spot where enemies can't just go and kick it or shoot it down immediately, it will last a little bit longer than usual, and you'd be quite surprised that is very helpful. The backpack, again, not the greatest. Rolled to electronics, skill power, and in the minor, I just wish that was ammo capacity. Other than that, it's actually not that bad. The gloves, oh man, these were the best I had. Firearms, assault rifle damage, enemy armor damage. The health on kill, I'm going to change for crit hit damage. But if I had my choice, it would be crit damage, assault rifle damage, and skill haste just for that extra cooldown on my skills. The the holster is not too bad at all. I almost have a max electronics roll, but because I'm at a cap of 8,000 where I want to stay right now, that's fine, and almost a max health roll. The prototype performance mod is turret health again. So turret health, just it keeps it going that much longer. And then I've got turret damage, turret duration, and turret damage. I want to keep this thing up and running as long as possible, and I want to put out as much damage with it as possible. Now, you can go to the 10k, like I said. You could throw on an inventive backpack if you wanted to. There are a number of different things that you can do with FireCrest. This is just the way that I have mine set up. So, In terms of the classified, for those of you that are not familiar with it, we'll start off here with the first set bonuses. The 2 set is nothing special. The 3 is fantastic. 50%, an additional 50% flame turret range, an additional 30% flame turret damage, and then your FireCrest. Your weapon damage is increased by 15% against burning targets. Add that to the distracted talent and you've got yourself there an extra 23% damage to your targets that are on fire. That is very nice. The 5 set, the extra +1 incinerator grenade, not that much of a big deal, but an additional +5% turret range and an additional +20% flame turret damage. That is nice. The 6 set talent is, again, I know people are talking about it similar in the way that they are talking about Tactician. They don't know whether it's good or not. For PvE, I find it very, very helpful. Bullets have a 2% chance to cause an enemy to burn. This happens more often than you would think. I do notice it a lot. I've been messing around with it for a little while now. Burning targets can cause a fiery explosion when killed once every 10 seconds. 10 seconds is not that long. NPCs set on fire by your flame turret will burn 25% longer for every 2,000 electronics. That's why I'm sitting at 8,000, not 7,500 or 9,000, 8 or 10. Go big or go home. So, but I'm quite comfortable at the 8,000 mark. I may change it up to 10k later. We'll see. If so, I will let you guys know. Now, for my abilities, I've got on an immunizer and a flame turret, obviously. Then, in terms of my talents, I put on critical save, strike back, wildfire, which is key, obviously, for fire. Applying burn to any target triggers a 30% chance per each target in a 10-meter radius. Then, tech support. Kill a hostile while any skill is deployed to extend any active skill's duration by 10%. So every time I get a kill while my turret is deployed, I'll see that an enemy's weak, finish them off with one of my weapons. I will extend the duration by 10%. Basically, you could kind of keep your turret going almost forever. Not forever, but for quite a long time. If you have it in a well-placed location, away from NPCs, and you are getting the final shot off with your weapon. So, anyways, that is how I have my first version of this build set up. You saw what it could do at the first part of the heroic incursion. I'm going to continue to mess around with this. I am enjoying it, but here is a baseline for you guys to go ahead and try to put your builds together. Again, I know because people are going to say it, so I'm going to mention it. The 10,000 electronics, yep, it'll be super helpful to have that extra 2,000 up there, and some of the mods that I will change skill power on them, that will also make a pretty big difference. But 8,000 electronics is quite a bit. The turret does a lot of damage, and I'm quite happy with this as is for now. So, once I get some better pieces, I'll show you guys what I get, and any changes I make, you will see. But for now, this is the build. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Drop a like on the video if you did enjoy it, and I will see you guys very soon in the next video.